Hi, I'm Emily from Happy Houseplants and I'm going to show you how to build a terrarium. So we're really excited to launch our own terrarium kits. We worked really hard on the design. So this is the glassware, which is a really great size for gifting and it fits beautifully on coffee tables. The design element I'm most excited about is the lid. It's made of acrylic, whereas some often have cork. The acrylic allows the light to go through, and also on this one you can actually see from above what you've got in your terrarium. Now the lid's got this tiny little hole in the middle which lets the air flow out, and it stops it from misting up. So whereas some you get the mist all along the sides, this doesn't have it because it's got the airflow, which is fantastic. So that was a really important design feature. Then you also get your molar clay, which is this, which we really wanted to put inside. That goes at the bottom. Cork bark, which is fantastic. It's a really lovely design feature. The very best terrarium soil on the market, really important. Beautiful moss, you can shape and put where you like. Then the plants we've included, this beautiful baby Boston fern, they're great, and this gorgeous little Fittonia. You also get your own mister as well. So the first thing I want you to find is this molar clay. It's a really lovely base. It's like your drainage layer that goes at the bottom. Tip all of that in. We've put in the right amount for you. Give it a good shake so it's nice and level. Next, you want to put your terrarium soil on top. Now, a really nice trick to doing this, which took me a while to figure out, you can build it up at the back a bit, so that's nice and flat as it is, but if we build it up at the back, you can see a lot more. So you go down at the front and create a bit of a hill here, so when you're planting it up, you've got that lovely angle to view things at. So once you've put your plants and your moss in, the roots can grow through the soil, but they love to get the roots around the molar clay. They'll grow through that. So now we have our drainage layer with our growing medium on top, and we've created that nice angle in the bank to plant in. We want to use our mister to make the soil damp. So you'll notice that it changes colour, it goes darker. We get a good layer over everything. You can do the sides of the glass as well because it will run down into the soil. So you see we've got the soil, it's gone darker because it's been misted. We've got a really lovely first layer to work on. So now you want to get your cork bark. We use cork bark as the hardscape because it's this really great material. Other woods can they degrade, they can go mouldy, whereas this really lasts. It's absolutely beautiful. So you want to make it look as natural as possible, so rather than just hit its dead centre or straight, I normally try and put one at the side and one at the top. So next you're going to take your moss out and you want to break it up into small pieces that you can work with, maybe an inch big. You'll see that you've got the green side and then the white roots on the underside. You can give those a trim, make them nice and flat, and then your first bit wants to go at the front where the real prime real estate is there. And what you really want to do is create a lovely moss carpet. So just work with smaller chunks here and there and create that lovely layer. The great thing about moss is that it doesn't have a root system, so it pulls in all the moisture from the air to the top, which makes it absolutely perfect for a terrarium. You might find little bits in here, little twigs, bits from the forest. You know, they're all little treasures that will make it look more natural, so I'd keep them in. And I think I'll just put another piece at the back here. There. And there's our moss carpet. So now we're ready to put our plants in. I like to start with the ferns. So this is a little Nephrolipus fern, or a Boston fern. I think we're going to need to take a bit of the soil away on this one. Sometimes you can split these in half if you want. You just make sure you part the leaves and split the roots. They're absolutely fine to do that. I think this one's just going to be nice on its own, so I'm just going to take a bit of that soil away. So pretty, it's got all the lovely curling new leaves there. Now I'm just going to push it right into the soil. You can make a bit of a hole with your finger and push it right down so it finds its roots find its way into the new substrate there. So as you can see, it's already looking really beautiful. So here we have our lovely little Fittonia. Now the whole plant itself is probably going to be a bit big to work with what we've got. So what we can do is, it's a great way of using the plant is to take cuttings. So we're going to take smaller pieces. You want to find just above a node, snip a lovely little bit. Oh, that's a bit small. Let's go for another one. Oh, that's great. Now that's going to be a lot easier to work with. You can put it into the moss or the soil, and it's just a lot smaller, and as it grows, the roots grow, it's going to need a lot less maintenance as well. That can sit into the moss or the soil there, and you get a lot more use from this one plant. You can dot them around as and where you like. You might hear my cat plodding around. He's a bit of a beggar. I've raised a naughty cat there. Yeah, I think let's go for one more. I mean, you can do as many of these as you like. I think just there next to the fern looks great. So as you can see, because we've snipped down the Fittonia and we've taken little cuttings, it looks really natural, the scale now, rather than sticking that whole plant in next to the fern. It's to a really natural scale. It looks really natural. And it's the best way for the ecosystem in here to, as the roots will grow, they'll all grow at a really nice rate together. And I love the contrast of the cork bark and the colour with the moss. So now I like to give it a few sprays. Oh, Pepper, my cat. So I like to give it a few sprays. And then we want to add our acrylic. So it will have the film on it, so peel the film off. And then we add, so now you might see there's a bit of mist on the sides, just where you've been spraying around. Go around the lovely finishing off. It took me quite a long time to learn that trick of the cuttings and getting everything to scale, and I think that really is the secret sauce of how you get your terrariums looking good. Before I would have planted that whole Fittonia and just wondered what it was missing or what had gone wrong. But yeah, so give it a nice wipe. So this is one I made about 6 months ago, and as you can see, it's this really thriving little mini ecosystem. It's doing so well. That one's got a few extra little bits I put in there, a cutting of Peperomia prostrata. It's just the same as we did with the Fittonia. Took a small cutting, and as you can see, it's just thriving. You can cut them down or just let them do their thing and wild.